What's going on, y'all? It's your boy June Archer here. This is 50.com, the winner circle, with my man, the myth, the legend, Grammy award-winning singer-songwriter, Anthony Hamilton. Brother, what's going on?
I'm good, man. I am now an author, too. I'm an author.
Oh, I'm going to get into that.
We'll put it out there already. I'll just let everybody know, wow, there you go.
I love it. Listen, my brother, you've been doing this for some time now. We were just talking about it off stage, man. Listen, the classic.
Wow, yeah.
Coming from where I'm from. Man, how have you been doing since this quarantine situation?
You know what? I got my younger sons. I got 6 sons. So my 3 younger ones, a 7-year-old, my twins are 9. So they've been keeping me busy online schooling and riding bikes, and I've been cooking a lot. So just being daddy. Yeah, daddy's on a superhero right now.
Why not? You know what I mean? Like, this is the time, I feel like it's the time to be creative, try different things, step outside of your comfort zone and spend that quality time. Because for you, bro, you've been writing, you've been a background singer, you stepped into the front, in front of the mic.
Yeah.
You have been busy over the past couple of years. So with time, and I'm certain as you were on the road, you're like, man, listen, I love I got six little ones, man. I really like to spend some time. And now you have that time. So I'm just excited that you are taking advantage of that. What are you guys doing just to remain sane while you're here in this position?
You know, they like their video games, the Nintendo Switch. They have those, and then they go on the computer, and they like to research a lot of stuff. So I let them have that time when they're doing that, when I'm working and cleaning and cooking. And then we go out for bike rides, go on a lot of bike rides, and we ride through the neighborhood, go through other neighborhoods, and we just take a good hour and some change and just go.
Has anything inspired you since you've been in this state? Just really laying low? Because you've been doing, bro, I got to commend you. The Mother's Day thing was amazing.
Thank you.
I know there's so many people that appreciate what you did, celebrating the pillars and the backbone of our community. So how was that experience pulling that thing together?
You know, it was good. We got the the inquiry about doing it maybe a week, a little more than a week prior to Mother's Day. So we went in and, I got in with my band, and we decided which songs would feel nice for the women. It's just kind of cater to the women. And we made it happen, man. And they put it together pretty nice. I like the clippings of everybody saying, I love you, Mom, and Happy Mother's Day, Mom. And that was pretty cool. So we teamed up with them and made a special moment for Mother's Day.
You make a really amazing effort, bro, to really give back, whether it's with Music Cares, with the Relief Fund, and what you did for Mother's Day. How is that a part of your brand now? Because a lot of artists, or celebrities, they try to attach themselves to things, and sometimes not so organic. For you, it just makes sense for us to see you on these platforms. How much of that is like, you just where you come from, or just a part of who you are, giving back in these ways?
If I'm gonna do it, I'm doing it from the heart. And I've been doing it. I've been a person who's been on both sides. I've had, and then I've been on the side where I haven't had. And it was important for somebody to be there for me. So any chance I get to step in and make a difference in somebody's lives, whether it be a child, a grown up, homeless person, or even if you already established and got, almost everything you need. If you need a word, or for me to lend my spirit, my wisdom on you, I'm here for that too. So it's just who I am and who I want to be. And as I evolve, get deeper and deeper and more in tune, and in more projects like that. So that's where it should be heading for all of us, to be honest with you.
No doubt. I want to take you back over the weekend, this past Mother's Day weekend. Celebratory on one end and somber on the other. We lost some really key people who we looked up to in the music business. Little Richard, Betty Wright, and of course, my brother, your brother, mentor to me. You worked with him as a recording artist because you were signed to him, Andre Harrell. If you
were friends,
please, as I'm getting goosebumps even thinking about it. But for somebody who's watching or listening today, what is the best piece of advice or inspirations you give someone who has been losing people who've been losing people during this, and people just in life, like just losing a loved one. What's the thing that you could give them to comfort them at this time?
You know what? God doesn't make mistakes, even when we're not expecting things to happen. It's planned and it's already probably preordained to be a certain way. Um, it's just learning how to appreciate the life that we've had experience, the experience to enjoy and learn from and be touched by. I think once we do that and realize that we are all going to leave at some point, so let's love purely, let's enjoy purely, and do the best thing we can while we're here and create beautiful memories. So when we leave, our legacy is still here, and we made an impact on people that they will appreciate you even when you're far gone. Like Andre touched my life. I knew Andre from '93 up until now. Like I was one of the ones I was signed to Uptown. I was an artist. It was my first record deal ever. I was so happy to be there, and he taught me a lot about the business. He took me around some of the top people. I was always around Russell and Puff, and I'd see all these people all the time. And whether it be in the Hamptons or New York, he was always opening me up to a different audience and a different demographic, not only just musically, but just to put my life in a different scenario so I can learn from that aspect. And Betty Wright, the same thing. I just talked to her not very long ago, and just to see her gone. I met Little Richard, and on Sunset Boulevard, he had a penthouse up in the Hilton hotel where he was living. Like he had a penthouse there for years, and I would run into him when I was staying there, and he was just he was almost like he was glowing. He was so,
Right.
When you're such a star, you just glow. Like
Yeah.
how Prince had that glow.
Yeah,
like,
Prince had it.
Yeah. Little Richard had that glow. I was like, oh my God, is he floating in the air? That was Little Richard, man. And he was like, what's your name, little boy? And so I remember I had a chance to be touched by these people, in different ways. He taught me about rock and roll and what pioneering music really, really means, like to start it from the beginning. And here we are now, and it's still influencing people.
You've had an amazing career. For those who haven't followed you, we just talked about Andre Harrell in the Uptown days where you wrote records for Donnell Jones.
Yeah.
You were on tour, background singing for D'Angelo.
Yeah.
You stepped in front of the mic, came out with classic albums. How has that journey been for you? For somebody who's trying to make it in the music business, we talk about what's familiar these days is you got to put in the 10,000 hours. You got to put in work. Brother Hamilton, you I think you tripled that number. But for you, how have you seen the journey? Have you always been focused? Because some people say, yeah, I want to get in the music business, but it takes a certain mindset to go from just being a songwriter, singing backgrounds, because some background singers, some of them have had record deals and they like, I don't even want no parts of this. Like, I'm just singing backgrounds and I'm just going to be the dopest background singer that you know. And then you had yourself, and there's so many other, it's a select few, but you go on and you stand in front of the mic and you bring us classic, timeless records. How has that journey been for you on your end, sharing that with us?
Well, this journey's been really a beautiful one. The bitter, the sweet, all of it, the bad, the ugly. It's been a learning journey, and it's been one where I saw myself at times feeling like I deserved more, but it wasn't until I matured enough to know, like, you get it when you're seasoned and you get it when you're ready. So each accolade or each step that I took different, like whether it be writing, background singing, I learned so much from these. It's like almost like I was doing a master's class, my bachelor's, and just getting these different these degrees. And
Right.
I learned a lot from being an artist and it not working out. I was like, okay, so now I know, let's look at the deal and see if I can have it structured different so that at any other time, if this happens, I'll be secure. Whether it comes to write the song, learn about publishing, learn about your rights, and learn about, that aspect of it. And then being a background singer, learning how to maneuver as a background singer to learn the best way to be a lead.
Right.
Watching D'Angelo every night, being as professional and one of the most amazing performers you ever wanted to see. I learned how to get down, like hands-on, like being out there with James Brown, some of the best musicians you ever want to be with. Roy Hargrove. I toured with the whole world with Roy Hargrove.
Amazing,
Yeah.
talent.
Jacques Swarzbach, Pino Palladino, Questlove, James Poyser, all these amazing, Russell Guns, Dante Winslow, all these amazing musicians. Shelby Johnson, who toured with Prince. She was Prince's right-hand lady up until he passed away for 7 years. She was a voodoo doll. J.K. Jack King, who went on to sing with Justin Timberlake for years. Yeah. So I've had access to all this great talent, and I learned from it, and I soaked it up like a sponge. So it made me better. It made me a better businessman. It made me a better singer, better songwriter, better performer, and just all around better man.
You had some obstacles and roadblocks, and I want to respectfully, because I know the ebbs and flows of the music business. I remember one time people were like, "Oh, Anthony Hamilton, he's done." Like he's done. And and I remember in a I don't remember the span of time though. It was like, yo, you heard that Anthony Hamilton joint? Like, yo, he's back. And I'm like, some people don't understand the ebbs and flows, but what I want to focus on is when you met that obstacle and that roadblock or that resistance, what did you lean on? Because it's like you did a 180 and you were like almost to say like, yo, I may be down, but I'm not out. And you have transcended everything since. I want to talk about that. Like, what did you lean on in that time? Whether it was dark, we don't know. No one ever said like it was a dark time when you went through. It was just you just maybe his time came and went, but then there was a second wave, and you've been riding that wave ever since. But I want to talk about what you lean on that someone could take and use to inspire and motivate themselves today.
You know what? I knew who I was and who I was supposed to be at an early age, and I had faith in that. I had faith in who God created me to be, and I had that relationship that was like, like I'm an extrovert, but I'm an introvert, and I believe that when you spend time with the Creator and you get, to cultivate that relationship, you become stronger within yourself. So I leaned on who I was and who He was, and it made me more powerful. It made me more resilient. It made me more dedicated and focused. And nobody could tell me that it wasn't going to happen. There were people when I was growing up, guys who were really, they was talented. They had different voices than I did. They were a lot of runs and a lot of different things, but they were like, he can't sing. Man, I don't like his voice. He can't sing. Oh, man, nah, we don't want him in the group. He can't sing. And, just staying humble, having great relationships helped out a lot. That's key. No matter how talented you are, if you don't have any great relationships, then you won't make it but so far, because there's bridges created by people who've done it before you. And if you have the right personality, the right integrity, and the right spirit behind it, people will help you.
How important is that piece? That networking piece is amazing, but also incredible. You just named Little Richard. You named so many people. How important too are having mentors? Because I know you're big in mentorship as well, but having mentors and having the right people around you.
Yeah, that's so important. That's like it's like almost like the father, your musical father, or your musical mother, or that uncle, or that somebody you lean on when you have problems in the family and in your personal life. You take the same steps in your professional life to get behind those who've been successful at some of the things that you are aiming to do. I've had access to be around, like I said, Andre Harrell, Puff, Jimmy Jenkins, Michelle Sanchez Boyce, all these amazing people. Eli, my manager, who knows a lot, and just surrounding myself with these great people and having that team or somebody I can depend on has allowed me to see my mistakes, because when I'm not always perfect, I'm not always right. And then, the things that I did right that I could, build from there. And the things that I didn't do right, I can learn from that and build from there. So it's always important to have people who will point that out to you and make sure that you are who you say you are.
Right. And you just said it right. You know who you are and whose you are. And I think that's important for anybody trying to do anything. I want to jump into, as we said at the top, published author. So I just here it is. In this book, which the title comes from the title of one of your songs off of Coming From Where I'm From. I just want to just read this really quick. It says, fans of Hamilton will be mesmerized and emotionally touched to discover the meaning behind their favorite songs in this book. It is rare to be given access into the talented mind and technique of such an acclaimed musician. Growing up in the South, food played a significant role in Anthony Hamilton's life, included in the book. You talk about your favorite recipes, and you say cornbread, fish, and collard greens. Many have come to believe that cornbread gave him his stability, the fish gave him his serenity, but the collard greens gave him his soul. I want to talk about that. How important was it for you to, because this is another piece of you that you're giving to the world that you birthed.
Yeah.
And it's an extension of Anthony Hamilton, the brand. What made you come up with, I'm just going to drop this book?
You know what? It was an idea I had, and it wasn't until my team, we all got together. A lady by the name of Paige, who was really a fan of my work. She was like, you guys should do a book. I was like, you know what? I thought about it. We talked about it, and she put some extra wheels on it for us and made it happen. And then it wasn't until then that I really saw that, okay, I do have an amazing story to tell and a lot of details I remember. So let's share this with my fans, and the songs that they really love, they're going to love them even more because they know why they are, how they exist. And, let them live with me through it. Go back to when I was little behind that couch at grandma's house and how that shaped into Charlene, coming from where I'm from and all that stuff. And
classic record.
Yeah.
Classic
So it all just happened, just like having a team and those relationships and people having ideas of who they think you are and what they think you have to offer. Sometimes you have the ideas, sometimes somebody else has it, but nonetheless, it's a group effort, and it's a beautiful extension of who I am.
Take us back to 2016. President Barack Obama, you had the opportunity to perform at the White House. What was that like?
Yeah.
What was that like? Because it's got to be an experience unlike any other. Just performing at the White House, performing at the White House with Barack Obama.
Look, you know what? It was such a life-changing experience. It was such a, and it was a life-changing experience and a spiritual experience. And it taught me that no matter what you believe, if you stick to it, it can happen. Here it is. We have a Black president, which is something we probably never thought we'd see, at least not in our day and age. He was such a charismatic, intelligent man with integrity, and his wife, same. They were powerful people. Not only did I perform at the White House, I was invited back to celebrate his birthday personally with him, and I took one of my sons there. And it wasn't like he just had me there as a number. He pulled me aside, and we had conversations, and he let me know that him and Michelle, when it's date night, they put on Float. And it was like, you know what? We love your music, brother. We love what you're doing. And he was a real personality, one that, he didn't glow in the dark. He wasn't this spooky dude who was walking around like he wasn't tangible.
Right.
He was a real man doing a real deed in the community and trying to, break the mold of what leadership in America should look like. And he did a great job, no matter what they try to say about him now.
How did the interaction with President Obama inspire you to be a better man, better father, better artist moving forward?
You know what? He he made me feel like integrity was the most valuable thing you could ever have. Your word, your attention to detail, not only just for your own family, but for others, to be really present in the moment and to really make an impact by standing on what you believe and not wavering from that. Being a good husband, being a husband that honored his wife. You know, I looked up, you know, I've been married before and I'll be married again and had a great 10-year, you know, marriage. But then, you know, you grow and you grow apart and things change. But the next time I want to mirror my marriage after what he and Michelle, well, what I've seen that they have.
Right. What they
real. Exactly.
Right.
I wanted to be similar to that walk in love, and it's be a class act. And you know, it's okay to enjoy life, no matter what level of life you're living, where your job take you, or what you're doing. To enjoy your life.
No, I appreciate that. What words of wisdom can you give those who are now sitting in quarantine and uncertain about the future? Whether they wanted to start a business, they started one, and now it's, you know, kind of dormant because of the situation. Best piece of advice that you were given that you could share with people today to get through?
You know what? This time was a time for all of us to step back, be still, and let God be God, and repair the earth and the ozone layer and get rid of some of the toxins. Unfortunately, there was a pandemic and this virus out, but it made us all aware that we're all human, and it's okay to sit still and be still and trust the process. Create in that moment. This is a time for us not to run around without a plan. Now it's time to visualize your plan, set goals, and go after them. We've had a chance to rest, so now it's time to focus. Don't be afraid. You know, we've been through some of the worst things ever. But from now on, let's take this and let it fuel you into creating a new avenue for yourself and your family. And don't be afraid to go into some of the things that may not seem to be popular, like farming. We're going to need that. We're going to need food, and get into agriculture and certain things that we're gonna really need in the future, because they don't want to see us live that long. So they probably will start attacking the food and all sorts of things. So, you know, let you see. It allowed us to see who we living amongst and what we're living amongst.
Preach.
So, yeah. So be wise and wake up. If you're haven't been awakened yet, wake up now and start living your life on purpose.
Music is a soundtrack to our lives, whether it be one of your songs or any other song that you could think of. What is a song that best describes your journey, or that one record that allows you to wake up and go get it?
Coming from where I'm from, that's my Once Upon a Time. It's gritty, it's gangster, it's loving, it's vulnerability, it's power, it's hip hop. It's Anthony Hamilton, man.
It's Anthony Hamilton.
Boom. Yeah.
Is there an artist that you wish you had the opportunity to work with? And if there was a song that you could have sung from one of your favorite artists, what would it have been?
Wow. An artist I wish I had worked with. Well, I worked with Al Green, which was one of my number one tops. But Bill Withers.
That record was fire.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Bill Withers, I had the chance to celebrate him and to perform for him and on stage with him. But he didn't sing. I wanted to sing with Bill while he played the guitar, and we sung together. And our voices would resonate it'll be a vibration and a friction that musically.
Crazy. The tone of both of your voices would have been crazy.
Yeah, sounds like two men that just got off from work.
What song did you wish, whether dead or alive, that you wish, like, man, I wish I sung that song?
Wow. Dead or alive, I wish I sung that song. Wow, that's a great question.
Because me, Sam Cooke, I feel like Anthony Hamilton is like, I mean, you are our Sam Cooke. You're many things to us, but you are definitely that is part of your
Thank you.
fiber.
Yeah. Donny Hathaway had a lot. That's a lot of songs, man. I can't even pick one because there's so many amazing songs. From Donny Hathaway, Giving Up Is So Hard to Do, to Curtis Mayfield's Miss Black America, to Marvin Gaye's, Help Save the Baby.
Pick whatever Marvin Gaye song for that matter.
Like it's just so many. It's like I can't even put myself in that box. I would do myself a disservice.
You would, and I'm not even gonna allow that to happen.
Yeah.
Listen, bro, what's next for you,
Forever
man?
My Lady. I wish I had sung. I wish I was in the group with Jodeci. Even though Casey and JoJo are my cousins, we're cousins.
Y'all cousins, and y'all cousins.
Cousins. That's my cousin. Well, could. But yeah. So me and Casey, we talk all the time, and I believe Fantasia's related to us. I know she's related to him, but I think she's related to me as well. And one of the guys from the Hamiltons, the darker guy in the middle. We're all family. So we come from a singing.
I love the Hamiltons, man. I gotta have them on the show.
Yeah, they're bad brothers,
man.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
What's next for you, man? What can we look out for? Next book, Biscuits and Gravy. We're like, what's next?
It could be that. Could be. I have a new single coming out. It's dropping on the 15th. It's called Back Together, featuring Rick James. Produced by Ninth Wonder, written by me and my man Eddie Kane. And it's a feel-good record, almost like The Best of Me, but it's a little more hip-hop on it. It's rolling. And the new video, it's an amazing video that's coming out. It's animated in a way. It's something
crazy.
Yeah. So the single Back Together, featuring Rick James, and a new album is coming. Anthony Hamilton. I got Rick Ross on it. I got Jacquees. I got Ty Dolla and D Smoke so far.
D Smoke is fire.
And Rhapsody. She's on it as well. So. But it's still Anthony Hamilton, but it's knocking. It is knocking.
Something crazy.
What? I'm going back to coming from where I'm from. I'm like, I want it to be hard to be like, coming from, but God, this new one. I ain't playing with y'all now. I ain't playing.
Listen, whatever you do, keep putting your foot on it. Listen, pick up and check out the new single. It's gonna be it's gonna be everywhere you can find music. Make sure you grab a copy of this book. Cornbread, Fish, and Collard Greens. It's Anthony Hamilton. You know what it is. Coming from where I'm from to the new record with Rick James, I promise you won't be disappointed. Brother Hamilton, thank you so much for joining the show, man. We really appreciate you. Stick around, don't go nowhere. This is your boy, June Archer. This is 50.com, the Winner Circle.
Thank you, brother. Follow me on Anthony Hamilton Official on Instagram, Facebook, Anthony Hamilton Music. I'll see you there.
Yes, sir.
All right.